Holyone.
A great guy, and his videos are fantastic.
What's to do, YouTube? It's Holyone, and this is going to be my review for Resident Evil 6, and why I believe that people have misjudged this game as being the worst Resident Evil in the franchise, and I'm going to explain to you why. Now, I played this game a long time ago back on the PC and 360, and I had an absolute blast playing it. It is a fantastic action game. And it is not really a horror game to what I consider a horror game genre to be. I think Capcom, after creating Resident Evil 5 and 4, they looked at Resident Evil and said, hey, we made a shit ton of money off of Resident Evil 5. Let's keep this action dialogue for our Resident Evil franchise going. So they came out with Resident Evil 6 and implemented split-screen co-op, as well as an online functionality for friends to join in and play. And a lot of people disliked this feature because of the recent controversy that when this game released with Dead Space 3, which took away from the horror. But I feel like this made the game even more fun to play because it was just a fun, mindless zombie shooting game. And you get to see the conclusions of our heroes, in the franchise. So, alright, why don't we go over the basic stuff first? So when it comes to graphics, Resident Evil 6, even today in 2019, still holds up as a pretty good graphically looking game. And it still runs pretty good on PC. On a Radeon 7, you can easily max this out at 4K 120 frames per second with no hiccups. It runs great. And even in split screen, that frame rate still stays locked at that thing. So if you guys are looking to play a really good action game with friends, pick up Resident Evil 6. If it goes on sale, it's usually like $3 or $4. It's definitely worth checking out for that price. Alright, and when it comes to the story is split between 4 to 5 different characters, between Ada, Leon, Chris, and Wesker's son, Jake. Each story takes place during the same time period as each other one, and then they converge at the end for the grand conclusion, and each one has its own fight, and sometimes the characters meet with one another, and eventually they pretty much just say, hey, that's that. So the story overall isn't fantastic. At best, I'd give the story a 7. But this game isn't really about the story. It's just having fun with friends and killing mindless infected, or whatever these are called, zombies or whatever. Now, when it comes to gameplay, the gameplay is pretty smooth. You unlock certain customizations after you complete the game, such as infinite ammo, similar to Resident Evil 5. You can unlock special games for the higher level of difficulty you beat. I beat the game on the highest difficulty on 360 and Steam, and it granted me certain perks, certain weapons like grenade launchers, so you and your buddies can go crazy. It also lets you do hip fire, so if an enemy's about to jump on you, you can do like hip fire to get them, take them out quicker that way. And you can also pretty much customize your loadouts if you want to get an assault rifle build, rocket launcher build. There's lots of different builds you can do. Like I said, this game is more action-based than horror-based. And finally, for the gameplay, I'd give the gameplay probably an 8 out of 10. For the gameplay. So sometimes the weapons feel kind of slow, and so do the movements, but other than that, it's pretty fun. Now, when it comes to replayability, Resident Evil 6 definitely does have replayability when it comes to the online cooperativity during the story mode. I definitely wouldn't recommend the versus mode. That's pretty much dead on the systems. But if you guys want to trophy hunt like I did to get the plat in this game, definitely get a group of people together to do it. I got it done when it was there. But overall, Resident Evil 6 was not the worst Resident Evil. That was definitely whatever that Biohazard game was called. So this is probably not the worst Resident Evil game. Now, the reason this game was trashed on so much is because Capcom was saying that this game was the next horror genre of Resident Evil. If they just had advertised this as an action game and said, we're taking Resident Evil in a new direction, it's going to be action-based like this, I don't think the backlash wouldn't have been as bad. But, So, overall, I give Resident Evil 6 an 7.5 out of 10. It is definitely worth picking up in 2019 if you guys want to play a really fun action game. So let me know what you guys think about my fast talk review. This is your boy Holyone. Out.